Okay, so we are recording now. Then I would like to welcome everybody again. Thanks so much for joining. We have Bill with us today. He's from the NSBA and is going to present the association. And after he has presented his part, there's going to be lots of time to ask questions. As mentioned, you can put those in the chat already, or at the end, you can put them in the chat, and we will go through them afterwards. Stephanie from the NSBA will also be joining when she's ready with her other tasks, so she'll come in a bit later. And then I think I am going to hand over the stage to Bill. So Bill, if you could start the screen share, then I think we should be ready to go.
Well, I'd really like to thank the organizers for putting together this webinar and giving us an opportunity to let everybody know a little bit more about NSBA. My name is Bill Caven. I work in the shows department, judges department, and I also help manage our yearling sale at our World Show every year. So, wear lots of hats, but that's okay. We are very excited about the possibilities of expanding NSBA throughout the European Union. So Stephanie Lynn should be joining here shortly. She was just finishing up a board meeting that we were hosting here at the main offices in Weatherford, Texas, with our foundation. Our foundation is our charity branch to our organization. They do wonderful work with equestrians with disability, Heroes on Horses, which honors our veteran riders. They also do a lot of charity work for our trainers. It's called the Crisis Fund, where they garner donations to help offset medical expenses or other costs for trainers that are temporarily out of work from their job. So we're very proud of the work our foundation does, and we were very glad that they were here today. But we'll go ahead and transition to the slide presentation. We have a very quick slide presentation for you to give you a little bit of idea about NSBA, our background, our mission statement, our purpose. I know that there at one time there were several affiliates in Europe, and why today is different than, let's say, 20 years ago. So I do see, I think Stephanie joined. Maybe she'd like to say hello and welcome.
Yes, I'll just make her a presenter as well, just a sec.
Yep, okay.
Yes, Stephanie, you should also be able to unmute now. So you can go ahead. That works.
Okay.
Yes.
That works. Thank you. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm excited. I see there are 75 people on this call. That's amazing. We are very excited for the opportunity to be bringing in a NSBA championship event into Europe. We've had nothing but good feedback from people in Europe, lots of great suggestions, and we really welcome the input from all of you and welcome the questions. We're just very, very excited for the growth that we see and the opportunity that we see to help the horse shows. NSBA's mission is to continue to improve the opportunities for competition and to really continue to look at ways that we can make competition available to a lot of people. And so we feel like this is really a great opportunity for us. One of the things that we're very unique about NSBA is that we still are a Western and stock horse breed type organization, and yet you don't have to have just one breed of horse to compete with us. We are open to any breed, but specifically we partner with 8 different breed alliances. So that offers us a really unique opportunity to provide competition of a different kind for horse shows that hopefully will help the horse shows be more successful as well.
So Stephanie, I'm currently sharing our PowerPoint presentation. It shows our mission statement about how to grow that our mission is to grow the show horse community through various equine programs and events. That is why the event of the NSBA European Championships, hosted in conjunction with the Euro Summit, is part of that mission statement. Our purpose is to define, promote, and improve the quality of the show horse through events, exhibits, and contests. So that is the core of NSBA. You're now seeing our official logos, the NSBA International and NSBA established 1983. The logo at the bottom is a logo that is no longer used by NSBA. To kind of clarify the distinction between potentially old type usage and our new branded logo. So the screen that they're looking at right now is what the NSBA offers. And we offer classes in the open amateur youth novice / level 1. Some people don't understand that novice for us is the equivalent of level 1 for quarter horse. So I wanted to make that distinction there. And we offer, the following classes: Western Pleasure, Hunter Saddle, Lunge Line, Trail. You can read the list. It goes on and on. The more important thing to also note is NSBA will approve classes that aren't necessarily standard classes. For example, I know that the 3-year-old lunge line is popular in Europe, and that is not a standard class in the United States, but we absolutely will approve it, as well as the rookie horse classes that are offered in Europe. So anytime there is a new idea of a class, much like APHA's development of what they call their English versatility class and their Western versatility class, anyone that wants to encourage participation in those new classes, we are always welcome to approve those as well. So those will be a permanent record on your horse's show record with us. When you show NSBA, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can be class in class, which you've been seeing throughout Europe. We're very excited about the growth that we've seen there, and we're now into 9 different countries, and a lot of participation and the increase. We'll show you that in a little bit. But the class in class participation is when there's a breed class attached to an NSBA class. And then there's also the idea of just the separate NSBA classes. And for that matter, you can have a separate NSBA show. It can be a standalone show. I know I've had people ask me that, could it be a show at their boarding facility? Absolutely, it could be, and it could be for the people in that region or that location. And it can be very specific, the show type of show. It could be a trail show. It could be a ranch classes show. It could be whatever you desire it to be. We're very flexible with our show structures and very willing to work with people who are trying to innovate different types of shows. One of our things that we're very proud of is rewarding excellence through our standardized judging. That is one of the core things that NSBA was founded on, was trying to create standardized judging that regardless of the location that you're competing in, you're being evaluated under the same criteria. Our judges have to go through continuous education every 3 years. They also have to comply with an annual rule book test to stay on top of all the new incoming rules. So after COVID, we were approached by several people in Europe about trying to help revitalize the show environment in Europe. So in 2022, we restructured our entire approach to the international competitions, and we actually removed from our bylaws the international affiliates and decided that we wanted to pursue the growth through the main organization of NSBA USA. Since that time, you can see 2023 was the first year for this campaign. We had 17 shows with 1,582 entries. And now in 2025, we're at 47 shows, totaling 4,396 entries. So we are approaching tripling our efforts in Europe, and very proud of that. Benefits of showing with NSBA, new opportunities to show your horse, earn NSBA USA approved performance points, as well as those points that track to a European high point. You've probably seen that we've been over there at the Euro Summit presenting year-end high points for the last several years. We will do that again this year as well. And we will continue to expand the awards as more and more participation kind of pushes the need for those expansions. Again, we're very proud of, in the pattern classes, of the use of standardized scoring systems. The idea that you can join NSBA and register your horse with NSBA and then show in any country, and those points count towards that high point, is one of the main things that we want you to understand. You become a member with us, you can show anywhere. Your horse is registered once, it can show anywhere where there's an approved NSBA class. One of the programs that we're very proud of, that's particularly for the youth, because we know that without youth we have no future in the industry. It's called our Smart Points program. This would also be eligible to youth competitors in Europe. They need to enroll themselves and their horse in the program. Again, a one-time enrollment unless they switch horses. If they switch horses, then they would have to re-enroll the new horse. But they would earn a per point value we would convert it to euros, that they would then, at the end of their show career, would receive a check for all the money that they've earned throughout their show career. And any youth class counts. It could be the walk trot, the novice. It doesn't matter whether it's ranch or hunt seat or Western. All classes that are youth specific count towards the Smart Points program. I believe last year the Smart Points paid out a little over $27 per point. We also have NSBA Incentive Fund, and we know that there are a lot of horses over in Europe that have US-based sires that probably are enrolled in our Incentive Fund program. That also is a pay per point type program. Oh, it's blurry. I don't know what to do about the blurry. It's clear on my screen. Oh no. Okay, so how do you get involved? All horses are welcome to register with NSBA. If your horse is registered with one of our 8 breed alliance partners, wonderful. If it is unregistered, we will also register that horse. Our association is based on an all breed association. including horses that are unpapered or unregistered. So we welcome any horse that wants to compete in a class. One of our unique part of our campaign has been the opportunity to register your horse and also receive a complimentary first-year international membership. So when you go, you can go to our website. You'll notice there's a European registration tab. You want to register your horse first, because then you automatically get that, the owner of the horse automatically gets that complimentary membership. So the one thing to keep in mind is that both the owner and the exhibitor have to have a membership. So if that is not the same person, it will require a membership for each individual. International memberships are $40 US, and the registration is $48. And keep in mind that includes that first year membership. If you check your show bill at your favorite events close to home and you do not see NSBA classes offered, please encourage them to offer them. What beyond the high points, we have been working towards our goal that will be happening here in 2026, which is the National Snaffle Bit Association European Championships. This will be the inaugural European Championships for NSBA. So we are very proud of this event, and we have worked very hard with the Euro Summit team, who is hosting this webinar as well, to produce this event for you. It'll be April 27th through May 2nd in the Netherlands. And that is the end of the presentation. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Bill. I'm going to turn on the sound again. So we already had a few questions in the chat. So I'm just going to start at the top, and everybody who has a question, you can type them in the chat and we'll get to it when
Okay.
yeah, we'll just go through it. So the first one was by Sandra. Hi, Bill. Hi, Steffi. The DQHA held a double-judged NSBA International German Futurity 2 years in a row. Can we find the results somewhere on the NSBA website?
So if the German Futurity was NSBA US approved, we would have those results. If they chose not to approve that event with NSBA USA, then we would not have those results. So that is the difference. Those organizations are welcome to hold and have whatever classes they would like without our approval. That is entirely up a show management's decision. I know that NSBA Scandinavia does similar things, but they also they offer the opportunity for their members to participate either solely in the NSBA Scandinavia portion of the class or in the NSBA USA portion or in both. So it is important that the actual class you're competing in is approved by NSBA USA so that we can then archive those records and have them on your horse's permanent show record.
Yeah, Sandra just specified that it was a championship, not a futurity, so a German championship. So those should be recorded.
And any show that is approved by the NSBA, if you went under the showing tab, there is a show results area, and there is a separate tab for our European horse shows, so you can always find your results there as well once those shows are processed. It looks like there was a DQHA regional futurity on 8/31, so on August 31 of 2025, that we have results for.
Okay, thank you.
And there was another DQHA regional futurity on 9/7, so September 7th.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
Bill, I've just muted your microphone for a little bit while others talk because of the echo. So there was another question, one about the presentation, but we already answered that one. The other question from Ines is, hi, thank you for clarifying the Youth Smart Points program. Does it apply retrospectively as well? It wasn't advertised last year when we enrolled. So does this, people, are they automatically enrolled, and is it in retrospect? We'll just need to unmute. Sorry about that.
That's okay. No, once you're enrolled, every class you participate in from that point forward then counts. So we try to make everybody aware of those programs. Definitely, we will try to do a better job moving forward of making everyone aware of all the benefits that are available to competitors. But unfortunately, those payouts are done annually, and so there's no way to go back in time. So because we take that money each year, because the way the Smart Points is funded is the sanction fee that we receive from the show. All of that money for the youth entry goes into that pot that is then dispersed annually each year. So once it's been allocated out to each of the participants in the program, there's no way to go backwards.
However, if a youth member has earned points and they weren't aware of the program yet, then it doesn't count towards that yet, or yeah, okay.
Correct. The points that they currently earned will be on their record, but would not count towards that program.
Yeah. And so how will the points, how do they become, how can they make sure that those points are recorded?
So they need to enroll themselves and enroll their horse. If you go to our website under the youth tab and then look under the Smart Points, you'll see the enrollment forms available there for them. Like I said, they have to enroll the youth, which is a separate enrollment, and the horse.
Yeah.
And so once both in the horse and the youth rider are enrolled, all points from that point forward will be recorded into the Smart Points program along with their permanent show record.
All right, thank you. Then the next question is also for Sandra. Is there any possibility to enroll European stallions? I think that was when you presented the part about the stallions.
Absolutely. Yeah, one of the hopes of continuing to grow the NSBA European Championship is to also develop a breeders' portion to that event. We have at our own world show here in the States, we have our Breeders' Championship Futurity event that is held in conjunction with our world show. Interestingly enough, the Breeders' Championship Futurity was started prior to the World Show, and it was kind of in reverse there, where the Breeders' Championship Futurity started first, and the World Show developed alongside of it. We are probably looking at the opposite over in Europe. We're trying to start the European Championship event first, get people interested in it, and definitely try to also develop that whole breeders program to go along with it, just like we do here in the States. However, also keep in mind that European stallions can participate in the incentive program currently without a problem at all, and enroll those foals into that program, and then they are then eligible for that incentive money that gets paid out annually as well. So there's two different programs that we have available for breeders: the Breeders' Championship Futurity, which is a closed Breeders' Championship Futurity, which is hosted in conjunction with our World Show. And then there is the NSBA Incentive Fund which is a continuous program year to year. And as you earn points in NSBA approved classes, those points are then converted into a dollar figure annually based upon participation.
Okay, great. Thanks. The next one is from Luen. He's from France, and he's asking, do you know if there's an NSBA affiliate in France?
Stephanie's muted. Oh, so no, at this time, there is not an NSBA France affiliate. And again, we're not really utilizing that terminology right now. We are currently focusing on our effort for the current campaign that we're doing, but we're working in conjunction with any entity that wants to kind of pursue the same mission statement and same purpose. I can emphasize NSBA Scandinavia that has been doing that and has continued that. And they still give out, I use the word club awards to their members, but then also those members have the opportunity to earn points towards their European high point awards presented by us. Hopefully that answers the question.
Yes. Okay, thanks. And the next one is from Osa. Will there be any specific criteria for participation in a Western Versatility NSBA class? Like not the ranch class and versatility. I hope I explained that right.
Stephanie, you want to answer that one?
Yeah, I'm
You've worked
trying
a little
to.
more with APHA on that one.
Yeah, I think we need to be looking at for the versatility class. We were looking at developing it on our side as something that they couldn't have shown in individually worked classes before. That may not work in the European countries, mostly because there is so much, you start the horses showing so much later, there's a greater likelihood that they have had some experience in the show ring. So this will be our first year. I know that with the APHA and the AQHA there, I don't think that there's any requirements for that. Are there, Bill? I don't honestly know.
Yeah, I don't believe there are. So I don't think there's an age requirement or a whether they have competed in pattern classes previously or not. So I do believe it's open to any horse that wants to compete in those versatility classes. So like I said earlier, I know APHA has rolled out those classes with specific rules with them. We have yet to look at and adopt those rules with NSBA. However, that does not stop us from also approving those classes for class-in-class participation, so that would go on your horse's record as well with NSBA. So we would also be happy to offer the class as an NSBA standalone class, and we would just refer to currently the APHA rules that govern it currently. So it will be something that we will be looking at and reviewing this year with our judges committee to look at how's the best approach for us moving forward with these new developed classes.
Okay. And I'll move to the next one. So the next question is from Ines again. She is asking, for those of us who participated in NSBA classes in 2024, so for example, the Q24 in Aachen, we received wonderful trophies at the Q25, thank you. she's saying, there was no formal ceremony that year. Unfortunately, will there also be an official high point list published for 2024, at least to recognize achievements?
I believe that's in place already, isn't it, Bill?
Yeah.
2024 standings.
Yeah, the 2024 we did present those at the Euro Summit. Anyone who wasn't present, we still have those trophies, and if they have not received them, we will definitely get those to them. I know that we had Luli had taken some of those home with her, and I also know that Steffi Bubenzer had some as well. So hopefully everybody got them. If not, please reach out to us, and we will make sure that we coordinate and get whatever year-end trophy that you did not receive. You can look back on our website. The results are still there for the 2024 year and for the year-end high points. Please keep in mind right now that 2025 is still unofficial until we have verified all records for the year, which we're going through currently. And then we will be notifying people once that has been verified and certified and official, and you will be getting email notifications of your official standings for the year.
Okay, great. So we'll go to the next one from Karen. Will you be adding links and info for membership into the chat, as unfortunately struggle to get in, and possibly the notes or the PowerPoint? We mentioned earlier already in the chat that we want to share the PowerPoint, so Bill will be able to share the slides with us, and then we can send it to you after the webinar. So yes, we'll be able to share that. And I'm going to the next one. Hello, from Alexander. Hello, can you spoil some information about the European Championship? Will it be 2 double shows like the past years, or will it be a show with 4 judges and finals?
So the format for the European Championship classes this year will be that we have selected classes throughout the entire Euro Summit. So there will be 42 classes this year selected. I don't know exactly, Anya, when you're releasing that schedule, but that should be coming pretty soon because we do have it formalized.
Yeah, we're finishing up.
Yeah, whenever it will be a designated NSBA European Championship class, a third judge will be judging you as well. So the 2 judges that are judging the Euro Summit circuit are 2 of the judges, and then we will be adding a third judge, all 3 scores to count towards the European Championship awards. We will be placing through 8th place. We are very excited about the awards that we will be presenting as well. And we will be presenting the awards in a very unique format. We will have an actual scheduled presentation each day for the classes held that day. And it will be, an on-foot type thing in order to make it feel very formal. The top riders will be asked to come into the arena, and we will have a podium. We will present everyone with their awards. The first, second, and third will be on the podium as well. And of course, we will play the national anthem for the winning rider. So we're very excited about the presentation format and how it will very much highlight your hard work. Hopefully that answers all the questions on that.
So I think so. Otherwise, we'll see more later. So the next question is from Sese, if I pronounce that right. Hi, what about to have an approved event in Italy? The timing for the approval and if there are some specific requirements about the place, when and where, and the costs.
So as far as show approval, you can find our new show application under the showing portion of our website. You just need to fill that out and also send us your show bill highlighting the classes you would like to approve. Event applications, as far as the approval side, it's $75 per judge. So whether you want to have just a one judge event or a 2 or 3 or 4, it just adds that $75 for each judge. Then on the post side or the end of the show side, there is a $3 per entry per judge sanction fee that comes back to us. That's what helps us to do all of the year-end awards and also look at continuing to grow the European Championship. So that is the other side of it. And keep in mind, those youth sanction fees go directly to that Smart Points anyway. As far as the time frame, we just had a show last week, very new show that was going to be in El Paso, Texas, and the gentleman called and said, I know it's probably not possible, but I would like to get this show approved. And we waived the late fees for him, and we hustled and got the show approved for him, and it will be happening this Saturday. So we are about growing the horse show community. If there seems to be an obstacle, we will help try to remove that obstacle and get the approval accomplished, so that you can offer what you would like to offer at your event.
Okay, then we will go on to the next one. That question is from Jane, and she's asking where on the NSBA website can we see the list of enrolled stallions? Now, Stephanie has shared a link, nsba.com/IF for incentive fund. That is, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, let me grab a stallion list because I think that's listed elsewhere. Yep. So when you look at this list, you'll see the stallion's name listed there, and then you'll also see years enrolled. Those years enrolled translate to foal years. So if a horse was born in 2020, you would want to look for the years enrolled to include the year 2020.
All right.
So I'll throw that in the chat.
Right, perfect. Yeah, so that's the last link that was just sent. Okay, then let me see. Claudia shared some information about the registration as well. There's some more links there. And then I think the next one is from Anas. And Anas is asking, is it correct that there is a task force or similar with focus on the quality and correctness of movement in Western pleasure and hunter under saddle, correct beat, head, etc., head neck position?
Yeah, so I would, Bill, I think that's on your judges committee.
Well, and I was going to say that you know, the associations are continually collaborating more and more each year. For any of you that have not heard about the upcoming seminar next week in Prague, that is open not only to judges, but also spectators, show managers, exhibitors, anybody who wants to attend. We are going to be doing a extensive lecture series there covering several classes and Western Pleasure Hunter Saddle and Lunge Line as one of those that we will be presenting. But to your question of that collaboration, several years ago here, particularly in the States, the associations all got together and produced a educational 2-minute video that we put out on social media to emphasize the nature of what a correct jog was. It seemed like the exhibitors, in their pursuit to try to show the gait at a higher degree of difficulty, had forgotten that first and foremost, it must be correct, and correct is 2 beats. And we seen a large number of horses that that 2 beat had kind of gotten very not as distinct. And so we did that effort a couple years back to emphasize what a correct 2-beat jog looks like. And we will continue to collaborate with all the other organizations as well, as we see things that need to be addressed in the manner of correct movement. And it could be whether it's in the Western Pleasure Hunter saddle, or even if it's something in one of the pattern classes that feels that needs to be addressed.
Okay, thank you. So then there's a comment, I think, still about the awards. So the presentation is at the Euro Summit. That was about the those high points. And I'm going to just skip to another comment that Ines made. We got the trophies. It was just not published or celebrated online or social media. So that was the comment she had. Is there anything there that you would like to comment still on, or is that something that you want to keep in mind for the future?
Well, I would just say that, we can always do better, and thank you for the comment and your patience. We'll make sure that when we do coverage this year that we are to include it on our social media, and that we include 2024 as well. So we apologize that that wasn't done.
Okay, great.
And as far as the presentations, we probably more than happy to talk to anyone that is willing to host a presentation. Just we welcome the interest. We welcome the opportunity to spread the presentation around the European Union. So it's a great suggestion. It just so happened that it happened at the Euro Summit, at the last couple of years, but that doesn't mean it has to stay there. So thank you again for the comment.
Yes, great. Okay, then the next one. Alina is asking, hi, there is a stallion auction for the incentive fund program. Could we as Europeans bid on the stallions there? Of course, the stallions need to be available with semen in Europe. Thanks a lot.
Yes, absolutely. You can bid on those stallions. That is open to anyone. You would have to confirm that stallion does have a semen available to Europe prior to bidding. So you would just need to reach out to that stallion manager and confirm that they either have frozen semen available there, or that they are willing to actually transport semen if they don't currently have it there. So absolutely, anybody can bid on those stud fees.
All right, good. Then the next one is from Bendix. I think that's from Denmark. Will there be money prizes at the NSBA European Championship?
Yeah, I apologize for not emphasizing that earlier. A percentage of each entry fee will go into a jackpot that will be then paid out according to our payout percentage published in our rule book. So what we do is we take 55% of each entry paid. That amount goes into that purse, And then, like I said, that is paid out according to the number of entries based upon our payout table located in our rule book.
Yes, thank you. All right, then we are moving to, another question. Can you tell more about the new ranch horsemanship class? What will the judges be particularly looking for, and will this class be part of the European Championship?
This class is new for us as well. You can see that it's underlined in our rule book as a completely new set of rules. We did an experimental class last year at our World Championship show. It was very well received. As far as what the judges are particularly looking for, they're looking for a rider who is effective. Effective is different than postured. So an effective rider is someone who is soft with their hands, communicates well through their leg and seat, who effectively and efficiently gets their horse from maneuver to maneuver. And so the horse at this point is an instrument for the rider to accomplish that. And so as opposed to the ranch riding where the focus is strictly on what the horse has accomplished, we're looking for a rider who is very connected to their horse. And you can obviously see that it's the riders dictating what the horse is doing, and that the rider is not just a passenger. So we're really looking for that effective rider. It will not be one of the classes at this year's European Championships, but it's not saying it wouldn't be something that we offer in the future.
Okay, great. That sounds like a good new class. Then next was a question from Casey about the overview of approved European shows. This was shared in the chat as well, so there's a link to the calendar. And then we are moving on. Let's see, Sabrina is asking, we have a couple of dual approved events planned for 2026, which I'm really excited about. I have a question which we recently discussed on the organization team for the upcoming April shows, but we didn't find a final answer. If I understand the rulebook correctly, for dual approved shows, the AQHA, APHA rulebooks would also govern the NSBA classes, especially classes held class in class. However, we hold the rail classes separately to allow people to show different horses. In that case, are those also governed by the breed rulebooks, or does the NSBA rulebook apply here? Thank you for all your support with past and future shows.
So yes, you are correct. If it is an AQHA or APHA breed show, their rules will supersede NSBA for the class in class. That's why we also work very hard with those organizations to have rules that are very parallel and seamless for the judges so that there's not any confusion. But when they do separate those classes out, you can hold, and we do this here in the States as well, where the class is NSBA approved only. So then NSBA rules would govern that particular class. So anytime the class is a standalone NSBA class without a breed connected to it, then NSBA rules govern that class. When it is an NSBA all breed class associated with it, which happens sometimes, especially in the pattern classes, because you can offer like an AQHA ranch riding and an APHA ranch riding, and then an NSBA all breed, so that both the quarter horses and the paints could participate. What it would be is that each one would be governed by their breed specifically, even though they're getting points in the NSBA all breed. So first and foremost, they're showing in their paint class, or and if they're not showing in either of those and they're just showing in the NSBA, then the NSBA rules are what they would be governed by. The judges are made aware of the horses that are going to be specifically NSBA in case there are any rule differences. Hopefully that answers that question.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, Sabrina says thank you. So then next is a question from Jane. Can you apply for a show or special event online, or do we have to complete forms in an email in PDF? Sorry, in PDF.
Yeah, currently we don't have an online format for our show approvals. We do want to work towards that point, but yes, currently it is a PDF form you fill out, you email back to us. We've tried to make the initial new show application very simple. It's a 2-page application. And then you just attach your show bill and the classes you would like to approve with it. We then in turn send you back a spreadsheet with the NSBA class codes and the classes represented that you wanted approved. And then from that point forward, whenever you want to renew that show the following year, we will send you the application already showing you what you had done the previous year. So the renewal can be quite simple, and it's just, yes, we're going to hold all these classes again. You're allowed to either delete some or add some. That's completely your option. And then just let us know the new judges if the show were to change locations, anything like that. So we do try to make it, and those renewal applications usually are sent out 5 to 6 months in advance of the event. So like I said, the initial new show application, again, we try to make it a very simple process, 2-page initial application, send that in email form, and we will be happy to assist you if you have any questions.
Okay, great. Thank you. There is a small comment about the cat. Thank you, guys. The cat likes meetings as well, as you can see. And I'll move on to the next question from Ines. Could you please share your considerations why you selected Bilberg at the NQHA as your affiliate partner of choice for the main NSBA event in Europe versus some of the bigger, more established shows? Any feedback you could share would be greatly appreciated.
So the reason the decision was made to utilize Bilbergen was it is actually our largest NSBA event in Europe. They had roughly 1,500 NSBA entries alone last year. And even the first year they held the event, it was the largest NSBA event in Europe. While there may be other events larger, they are not necessarily NSBA events. So we also felt like that particular facility was a good fit for multiple arena use, which we are going to be utilizing this year. There will actually be 2 arenas that are going to be being judged simultaneously. So there will be a main arena 1 and an arena 2. This facility fit that format very well. And we also understand that this is a new concept for a lot of European shows to have arenas being judged simultaneously. And so we felt like this facility fit that format. Will this always be the case? The idea is to grow the horse show community. So eventually we would love it to be its own event and be that big that there's no way that both events can happen. So when we get to that point, we will need to look at locations. So, for our first time out, this is what seemed to be a good fit.
Yes, thank you. And I'm going to just move to the comment that Ines made. She says, got it. Very helpful feedback. Bilbergen is difficult to reach for some of us who show mainly in Kreuz in Germany. So that's just a comment to add there. Then I am going to move to the next one from Luen. For the European Championships, when will you share the list of the officials, the judges, etc.?
Anya, I don't know. Do you have all your officials? I think Rudy said she's missing one. Is that right?
Yes, there's one judge.
There's one judge.
Yeah. Yeah, our judge will be Gail Lempian from Michigan. So she will be the one that is being utilized for the championship events. And then the judges that are being released for the Euro Summit will be the other ones. Maybe Anya, you can tell them who you have at this time and one to be announced, if that works.
So maybe Ruli, would you be able to comment more on that?
No?
Let's see. Oh, no, sorry. No, I think she is out. So we have worked out the schedule. The announcement is almost ready, and the list of officials there are a few things that we still need to arrange. There was one judge whom we initially asked who could not make it after all, so that's why we were set back a little bit in time to note, so that we need to find a new judge in that place. Hopefully, well, I don't want to set timelines yet, but we're working on it, and we're aiming in the next few weeks at least.
Anya, maybe you could share at least your show dates, because don't you have it split into two sections? So which dates are for your first set of points and which dates are for your second set of points?
Yes, absolutely. So the first show dates are Monday through Wednesday, and then the second part is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So and we will be working in two arenas, like Bill said, to have all AQHA, APHA, and NSBA classes, with the European Championship classes throughout the week, and then the prize giving ceremonies at the end of the, at the end of the afternoon, end of the day. We've planned that in the schedule. I hope that. Oh, and then, yeah, Claudia is now helping me here with the judges. So the judges we have for now are Jennifer Kunkel, Mike Rapley, and John Kunkel. And the fourth will hopefully follow soon. So that's the one that we still needed to confirm, because there was another judge that couldn't make it after all. If there's more specific questions, then just put them in the chat. And I'm going to move to, let's see. Yeah, so this one we had. Linda had a comment about the applications and renewals. That was what we were talking about earlier. She's mentioning that the initial application and renewal spreadsheet are super easy to work with. So, and I'm sure that if anybody needs help, then there's lots of people that want to assist. So the next. Oh, it's a comment from Sandra about the, I think the show organization BWB that they don't want to work with the NSBA, just NSBA Germany. So yes, those two are different. That's not NSBA. That's a different organization.
And who is the VWB, Anya?
I am not entirely sure, but I think that's the organization of shows in Kuwait, if I'm correct.
Okay.
And if I'm not correct, then I'm sure somebody will correct me in the
Correct
chat.
us, yeah. I saw that in there and I just didn't know who they were.
Yes.
Okay.
Sabrina says we're correct. Okay, good. All right, then the next one is Matteo. The question is it planned to have a live stream for the duration of the Euro Summit? And that one is unsure. We would like to have a live stream, but that's going to depend on the costs that we are facing, because there's a lot of things that we need to align. So we're still trying to get that set up as well, and hopefully, depending on the costs, we'll be able to do that. And that was it in the chat. Are there any other questions? So just a comment from Ines. She's saying, thank you so much for the presentation and taking the time to answer all questions. Looking forward to a great upcoming show season. Many thanks also to the NQHA team for organizing this event today. You're very welcome.
We
Any
too would
last
like to
things,
thank
Bill,
the
Stephanie?
organizers, and thank you all for participating. I see the count still at 82, which is amazing. So that's just fabulous. We're very excited about the growth, and yeah, I see something about Scotland and UK. Absolutely. I've talked to a show manager in the UK who is looking at potentially offering NSBA classes there as well. So we want to continue to expand where the interest is, that going back to our mission statement once again. So very excited about the growth opportunities available there.
Yeah, I see one more question. So the youth classes, and then take into consideration the school holidays. Oh, I'm not sure if that's a question. So the Euro Summit is during the school holiday in the Netherlands. That's what we're trying to align to that time. Yeah, some more talk about classes in the UK, that there will be offering classes in the UK in May in south of England and at Oak Ridge Arena. I hope I didn't miss anything now. We will be sharing the recording and the presentation as a link in the Facebook event, so you'll be able to find it there when we have everything. Okay, then I think I'm gonna close off with thanking everyone. Yeah, any last things? Yep, then I'll just mute Bill real quick. Thanks everyone for joining tonight. It was really great to see so many people. We had 85 in total at some point, so that's really fantastic to see the interest in the NSBA, how it's growing, and all the questions that you're asking. That's terrific, because that only shows the excitement that all of you also have for this association. So thank you again. And if you have further questions, really feel free to send them in, and Bill and Stephanie are always happy to help. So that's with that, I think I'm going to thank Bill and Stephanie a lot as well. So thank you so much for your time today. It's been really helpful. And yeah, we're all looking forward to a great event in April at the Bilberg and all the other shows in Europe this year. So have a nice evening, and thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate your being on the call.
Yep, thank you all.
I'm going to stop the recording now.